on the quiz.
Paper, scissors, shoot.
What's your son?
Chaz was killing us when he said that they'd taken the groundsman out to sweep.
And he was
just one guy with a
foot
trying to get rid of this one area of the pitch, and we were like, oh, come on.
There was no chance with that.
No. It's gutting though, isn't it? Like when you have all that preparation. Before I had to go out, I used to have to drench my boots in that water.
So welcome back to Life of a Kitman, first episode with a guest this season. Dan Kemp is our guest, new sign-in on loan from MK Dons. Been an absolute joy since he's been here. First thing we're going to do, straight into the five-a-side as always. I've missed this a lot. So Kempy, there's your board. There's your pen, don't click it like Willow did. Use your counters, lovely job, here we go.
So, put him there. He's playing quite high.
Oh, he's high.
Yeah, very high. He's almost like a...
Do you want me to hold it?
Yeah, you hold it. Almost like a bit of a sweeper. I'm going to need your help. I've played with him, but his spelling's a bit difficult. Lawrence Vigouroux.
Ah, I've got a shirt.
Wait
a minute.
I.
There you go.
Vigs. Yeah, there we go.
Just put Vigs.
I'll put Vigs.
There you go, we know then.
Yeah, no, a brilliant keeper. Played with him at Orient. Obviously, he's got an unbelievable move to Burnley, which he's fully deserved.
How good is he with his feet?
He's different class. So I think in a five-a-side, it'd be key for a goalie that's not only good shot stopper, good with his feet. Then I'll go like a little. Then I'll go 1, 2, 1. But I'll leave enough room to write their names.
Tell you what, he's up front, so that's bosh him up there.
It's a bit expansive.
Hey, don't worry about it, it's five-a-side.
And then for the middle,
you're left-handed.
I've gone for Reece James. I think it says itself really. Unbelievable defender. And then I'll go for Declan Rice. He's not bad either.
This is right up there already.
And then another one of my good mates, Mason Mount.
This is a joke.
And then I've gone for the main man.
The main man?
Yeah, the main man. The big dog, Charlie Austin, again. Don't really need to say a lot.
He'll definitely get some goals in that team, won't he?
I mean, I had a chat with you off camera. I'm not really sure there's too many five-sides that's coming up against my team and coming away with anything other than 0 points.
In all honesty, we spoke about Chaz's team, we spoke about Willow's team. That's, like, arguably...
Yeah, we're going through them early and going, like, is they going to be beaten this year? And when we go through them at the end of the season, this could be... One of them,
the best.
I think anywhere on a Tuesday night, even on a Saturday, you know.
Yeah.
Got some characters.
We're taking 3 points there.
Yeah, obviously we had Vigs here to start with. He's a little bit younger then.
He's a bit crazy then.
Yeah, he's a bit crazy.
Yeah, I think he'd hopefully admit that.
Yeah, he does.
He will admit that. But yeah, the last couple of years, I think he won Player of the Year the last 2 years at Orient.
In a row,
and then obviously he's just got his move now. So
how good is he with his feet?
Oh, it's unbelievable. Like
he's
it's literally like having another outfielder.
He could play centre mid.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
Absolutely.
And then obviously goals galore.
Yeah, goals galore. There.
Hopefully this season goals galore.
Yeah, he's just got an unbelievable move.
Just feeding him,
deck
chipping in with the odd, and then solid. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I think
worth a bit of money this summer, that team, isn't it, in the midfield.
I'm going to leave that there for the whole thing, unless Matt says that's too glary. Yeah, is it a bit? Right, we'll move that then, but incredible. There's a little bit of a story about Kempy's five-a-side. So we always do a little bit of prep. So as off the cuff as this looks, it's not that off the cuff. So I send a message out the night before. The only prep we need you to do is come up with a five-a-side team, a gaffer that you've worked under or whatever, and then a kit that you want
the team to be. Which we didn't do, by the way.
Which we haven't done, which we'll do in a minute.
And kit.
And so this morning, Kempy comes in, he's like, my five-a-side team is unbelievable. And I'm like, okay, cool, that's decent then. Then from nowhere, I hear this rumbling that he's got Aguero, he's got Edison in goal. Basically, he thought we meant anyone.
Yeah.
Just pick a five-a-side team from any players anywhere.
When I went into the changing room this morning and Jake Young come in, because obviously you're staying with...
well, me and Youngie were driving in this morning and I'm picking my team.
He was like...
And he's going, that's unbelievable. Like you, and then it's dawned on me, like, oh, maybe I've got it a bit wrong. But then you said played with. So imagine you've had me off here and I've put Aguero, Messi, Hazard. Oh yeah, when did you play with them, Kempy?
That's what. So basically, I was like, we can't let him do that. That's way off it. Like that's awful.
I was.
But you were both going to let me.
So then he's like, oh well, no, we need to. Let's just do it, and it'll be hilarious. And then halfway through, we can be like, well, when did you play with him? And when did you play with him?
We were sat having lunch, and you were going through some of the players that you'd have in it. I couldn't hold it.
It's when he asked me, do they have to still be playing now? And I'm going.
I had Rio at the back as well.
Oh, he had Rio at the back. He had Aguero up front. He had Iniesta at one point. And I just like I couldn't do it. And then he sat there laughing, and he's just shouting at me across the room. I can't do it. I can't do it.
But that would have been the right stitch up. But to be fair, I'm quite happy with that. I don't think I couldn't have done much.
It's incredible. What you do need to do, as Jonas just said, pick a gaffer.
A gaffer
that you've worked under.
Okay.
And then a kit from your career that you've enjoyed.
Gaffer. I'll probably say. Well, I didn't necessarily.
You can have a manager and assistant.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily play as much as I would have liked, but I learnt quite a lot of Neil Critchley.
Oh, okay.
Blackpool.
Yeah.
So, I learnt a lot of him, and I was only 19 at the time, so it was I'd say my first proper loan.
Were you there with Yatesy?
Yeah.
He's obviously just gone back there now, and
he's tactically he's brilliant. I learnt a lot of him.
Kit.
What kits?
This year's. Away.
I've had Orient obviously as a red. I like the Swindon red.
Chelsea one, West Ham one. What are we saying?
Probably a Chelsea one.
Chelsea one,
but when I was younger.
Cool.
So I just put that Chelsea youth team kit maybe.
Yeah. I mean.
White tee. Any one of them, the blue was nice always. Yeah. It was home kit, Chelsea blue.
They've always had nice kits, haven't they?
Incredible. So having said all of that, let's move away from that for a minute and discuss the game that happened that never happened.
Yeah.
So obviously we get to the ground early doors. We were there at what?
We got there proper early, to be fair. We got there about 10:30. We unloaded the van, obviously set the change room up.
Got your wellies out.
Got our wellies out. At this point, it was raining, but we didn't really think too much of it. And we took a few the cones and that out to the pitch, and then we've walked on the technical area, and we're like, oh, it's a bit wet here,
a bit soft.
And we went back inside for a bit, come back out, and it was still tipping down. Anyway, we went and set the warm up up.
I put a cone in the corner, and I'm like, why is the cone floating? What's going on here?
And
it was just flooded.
We were like, let's get a ball and just chuck it in the air. The groundsman was going mad, to be fair.
He was looking at
us. So we chucked the ball in the air and it just
splashed when it hit the floor.
We thought, it'd be fine.
Obviously, we saw the rain coming into the ground, and we were been a bit of a rubbish day, but should be all right. We got out to the pitch and it was
flooded.
I've never seen anything.
The outsides were really bad, so we were like, oh, the middle's all right. Started getting changed. I kept saying it to you, didn't I?
There was a point where I'm stood outside the change room and Kempy's in down the corridor and he's looking at me going, is it all right? And I'm like, yeah, it'd be fine, mate. Yeah, we're fine.
I'm getting changed. I've got all my stuff on ready, in the zone, ready to go out. I look outside and honestly, it's like a monsoon outside. And I'm thinking...
Thing is though, from a player perspective and even all the staff, we had to just prepare as if...
Yeah.
As if
we were ringing Domino's ordering the food for after the
game.
We'd
already ordered the food for half past 5.
So we prepared.
That was no good.
You just can't afford to have one moment of doubt of if it's not going to be on. You just have to stay in that...
Until it's off, you just got to keep preparing.
And then obviously we went up for the warm-up.
Yeah.
And it was we should have had our flippers rather than our boots on. It was so wet.
When I walked out and you were just doing your little pass and that, and I'm just...
The ball wasn't moving anywhere, and then the ref was still adamant that I will give it the best chance, and we were like, there's no way.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that. The only time in this job is when we went to an Orient on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, and that was really
And we got there at 4ish, and it was raining hard, and we thought, it could be in trouble. But
that night the ref was doing laps of the pitch consistently to make sure it was all good, talking to the groundsman, making it sorted.
And then he said, do you remember Chaz was killing us when he said that they'd taken the groundsman out to sweep?
And he was
just one guy with a fork trying to get rid of this one area of the pitch, and we were like, oh, come on.
There was no chance, was there?
No. It's gutting though, isn't it? Like, when you have all that preparation. You know, it's 4 weeks of like pre-season and stuff. It's that first game buzz, and then
everyone was buzzing to go as well.
That late. You know, if it's called off a bit of day before, it's still massively disappointing, but for it to be called off like what
after you were all out,
half hour before.
So from our point of view, we had done all the prep as we normally would, and then you went out to warm up. So everything had been worn, was soaking wet. So we still had to do everything as if the game had happened.
Yeah.
Whereas nothing had happened. So all that happened for us was we were 2 hours earlier finishing than we would have been.
Yeah, definitely.
But we still had all the work to do to get prepared for Monday's training. Yeah, mad.
Well, it'd be nice to have the first league game at home, to be fair. And there'll be a lot of fans here because they'll all be itching to be here now. It looked like we were going to have a good number on Saturday, which was frustrating because it looked like they were going to be right behind us, and we won't have that many there on a Tuesday night now.
No.
But
it was good. There was a bit of fun.
Yeah, it was nice at the end.
Yeah. I had a little sing.
So basically, while it's going on and all the rain's coming down, I'm like, right, if we come back out to warm up, it needs to be set up as if it was. So I've gone out to set up, and the monsoon's got heavier, and I am soaked. And fans start shouting, Hooper, sort it out, Hooper, sort it out, and I'm like, oh, God. And then they're like, where's Jonah? I was like, over there, hiding from the rain. And then obviously at the end, when all the boys come over to clap, Jonah comes as well.
You bottled the knee slide. Or we were asking for a knee slide.
Could have done
you could have done a belly slide or something.
You know, he nearly bottled the singing unless Fraser grabbed him and shoved him forward.
I wouldn't have bottled that. I just didn't fancy a knee slide. To be fair, I probably should have. I was wet enough anyway.
Yeah.
And then made Sky Sports. So.
And then we went in the changing room and Dokes was singing.
Oh, wow, that was brilliant.
He was incredible, wasn't he?
Incredible.
If you haven't seen it, look on our TikTok. Don't look anywhere else. It's everywhere else, but don't look anywhere else. Just go on our TikTok and you'll see the one from his initiation rather than the changing room one. Slightly different.
I'll tell you what, the standard
is unbelievable. Initiations are never going to be the same again in this.
No, everyone now is going to be rubbish.
I'd like to say I set the tone because I went first.
Unfortunately, we didn't see
the level massively dropped after massively got better. Sorry, after my one. But that was brilliant. That's probably the best set of initiations I've ever had in my.
We missed it unfortunately because we were behind you.
Liam Kinsella was brilliant.
Was he?
Dotes was. Obviously, everyone's seen that.
Yeah. To be fair, someone told me Kins was brilliant.
Yeah.
And then
it was a real shame because he was like unbelievable, and then we were like all so excited, and then we were like, oh, who's going to follow that? Do you know what I mean? And then Dotes got up, and we were like, oh my God.
And it turns out he is John Legend.
Yeah, he literally is unbelievable. So.
Or as the advertiser said, John Lennon.
Yeah.
Well done.
I saw that.
But no, that was brilliant.
Yeah.
But there you go. So, how did your move come about to Swindon? What happened?
Well, I think it was something that I had interest from the start, by speaking to my agent and staff, and then as it got more and more apparent that there was proper strong interest from Swindon, it was a real big thing for me really because I just wanted to go somewhere I was wanted. I had a few off of the back of doing relatively well last season at Hartlepool. I had quite a few options, but once I heard of Swindon, it was a massive factor of me joining. The manager was a big part also. I've come up against Swindon loads of times across my career and always thought it's a great club with great supporters, always playing a nice brand of football, which was really exciting for me. I thought you probably got to know me a bit as a player but also as a person, and I think this is a perfect fit for me right now in my career. And once I spoke to the gaffer, you know, what a great character he is firstly, but also obviously what a great manager he is. He expressed his way forward for the club and how he sees me fitting in, and it was just so positive, and I just wanted to get it done as soon as I got off the phone with him. So no, I'm really grateful to be here, and I'm sure it's going to be a great season.
How did you find pre-season? What was it compared to the first? How many weeks did you do at MK?
So I did about 3 weeks
at
MK, and I think I came midway through the third or fourth week here. It was really tough, to be fair. Really tough.
Because the lads did a lot of running here that first couple of weeks, so you missed that.
I think pre-season's always a really tough period. We all know that as players, but I had an equally tough pre-season at MK, and I know from speaking to the lads they found it really hard here. But I think you all know you put the work in, you're going to get the rewards, and
Exactly.
Even from the pre-season games we've been involved in, hopefully that fitness is evident for everyone to see, and the way the manager wants us to play, you know, that aggressive, almost man for man at time press. You've got to be fit and be able to do that. So we're only going to see the benefits.
And we had some good performances, to be fair, didn't we? So obviously we had Swansea, like really good 60 minutes, and we had Bristol, played really well and competed well. Eastleigh, really good as well. And then obviously the Plymouth game when you scored that worldie.
Yeah.
How did we had worked on that a bit in training, didn't we? So it was nice that come off.
Yeah, Hats is brilliant. I think it could be a big weapon for us, our set pieces this season. So
I hope so, because we've never seen it.
Because like we were saying, we actually missed your goal. Sorry, mate. We were still cleaning up in here, and we come out and we were like, oh, what happened? And Bailey, didn't he? He said we scored from a set piece. We were like,
what happened? And he was like, oh, he put it there, and then and I was like,
we literally cannot remember before that the last set piece we scored.
Because I think
we've never been the biggest team, Swindon, so we rarely
don't
score.
Need to be though, don't it?
No, you don't need to be.
If you get it right,
it's just an extra weapon to have in it. Like,
and there is different ways of having set pieces where without just looping it in the box.
It's being a bit more clever and using what you've got to your advantage, sort of. So
it was nice to see that.
Yeah,
really good. So going back to the start for you, Chelsea to start with.
Yeah. So I started there when I was 8. I started training there when I was 7 years old, and I signed there as a 9-year-old. It was amazing, really. I think it was best part of just over 10 years up until the age of 17 in my scholarship, and I think I feel so lucky and fortunate to be there as a young player. I think there's not much better grounding and development side as a footballer of being at an academy like that. So that was unbelievable. And then I left to sign professional at West Ham at 17. So I signed my first professional contract there. That was a really proud moment for me and my family. And again, spent I think it was 3 or 4 years there. Played with some great players, unbelievable coaches. So that was a massive part of my development.
Is there a coach that sticks in your mind?
From Chelsea, I think I've just thought about my manager there, and I think Michael Bill, the Rangers manager.
Yeah. He was at QPR for a bit, wasn't he?
He's done really well now, isn't he?
Unbelievable coach. Probably the most influential on me at a young age. Even now, he's always someone I can pick up the phone and speak to and
that's brilliant.
Ask for his advice. Just tactically unbelievable. I think at a young age, even now, I just always stuck with me. You got to enjoy your football, and he
100%.
He brought the best out of me in that sense. Just stuck with me. Just always playing with a smile on my face, and that's how you get the best out of anyone.
So
really,
is there a few of the lads that are here now that you've played with previously?
So I played with George and T from Chelsea. Obviously, grown up. T's the same age as me. George is slightly younger, but we used to go away on tournaments together. So, 2 top players there. And I've played against quite a few of the lads, against them over the years, from different teams. But them 2 I've grown up with, really. So it's mad how football works. Such a small
crazy,
world, you know.
It's good though to have a couple of people that you know when you come into a club.
Definitely.
It just helps you ease in.
Yeah, definitely. But the group as a whole, I think it's quite special this year. I feel like we've got a really good bond already. Even the new players gel so quickly. I've not been here long, but it feels like I've been here ages.
It is a really good group. It feels different to what it has done some of the years we've worked here. Already, within, if anything, the game getting called off Saturday could have done us a world of good, because even just Doak singing in the changing room, stuff like that, it's just given the team more time to gel.
I think culturally, the staff, the manager and the Pats and all this stuff,
there's a great balance, I think.
They're so big on the culture as well, we're all in this together. And
I mean, from our point of view, we've been here nearly 5 years, and we've seen all the elements of it, and that's something that's been missing for a couple of years, I feel. We had it before, and that bared fruits with the promotion and winning the league and everything else, and I feel like that kind of fell away a little bit, and then
even
it's been a bit lost.
Beversbrook, though, you wouldn't have seen it, but the big room that we're obviously in now, there used to be a wooden divide that just split the 2 rooms off.
So you had staff in one and players in the other.
But the first day they come in, they were just now we're keeping it all open.
Opened it all
just
out.
little stuff like that. And like now in the training ground we've got pitches everywhere, and it's starting to feel a bit more like a home there.
Yeah, definitely.
And as the home games come along and you get a bit more connection with the fans,
It's going to be a good thing.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Yeah, and I think Saturday it just showed a real togetherness.
Yeah.
Not just the players, but the staff and the guys that travelled, which is unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, anyone that knows football knows probably the fans are the biggest part of any football club. You know,
exactly that.
You don't operate day to day without the fans.
You don't have the fans on side, and you don't show how much their support means to all of us. Then you've got no chance. So obviously, after the disappointment of being called off, that's the least we could do. Go over there and thank them for their support, 100%. And because we know we're going to need them throughout the season.
But this is what has kind of, we've been saying it like since the summer, since we come back. There seems like a real togetherness and desire to work hard.
Yeah.
And fans love that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're both fans. Before we were doing this job, we were both going to every game. Like, you know, and what you want to see is your players working hard, showing a passion for it, wanting to win. You know, and even if maybe the performance isn't the best or whatever, you want to see your people giving everything. Yeah. And I feel like we've got that in abundance in this group. Yeah. So hopefully that bears some fruits. And
so obviously you joined West Ham at 17. When did your first loan move come about then?
So it was actually the COVID year. Yeah. So I went to Stevenage.
Yeah. What league were they in? League Two. Yeah.
And then I think ended up only playing 8 games or something, because then it got cut short because we all went back into lockdown and stuff like that. But that was a really good experience, I think.
Who was the manager then?
Graham Wesley. Yeah, so it was a massive experience for me, that first loan. I think for any players, probably the most influential, I'd say. Just that there's so many 23s and stuff, and football you can play, but there's nothing that's like men's football. You know?
How old would you have been then?
I think I reckon I was 19, maybe 18.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
24.
That's a good age then to get
it was a good age. Like, I think I would have liked to have some professional games before that, but you're ready when you're ready, do you know? And then that was when I felt I was ready to go out on loan, and the club felt I was ready to go out on loan. So it was a great experience, and I wish I got a few more games at that time, but that was my first bedding into professional football.
So obviously then you went back to West Ham that summer. Yeah. Then what happened the next season for you?
And then I went to Blackpool. That was when I went to. So that was I'd say Stevenage was my first loan, but Blackpool was my first
full season.
League One.
My first, that was League One. First time.
We were in League One, not yet.
Yeah. And obviously Jerry was there. Keshi was there.
We had a really good group, to be fair.
And you were saying just before...
CJ Hamilton,
You were saying just before when you played Liverpool at Anfield, didn't you?
Yeah, that was unbelievable. Yeah. Got Mane's shirt after the game, ran over to him. I think there was about 92nd minute, and I said to the ref how long left.
Shock, you got Mane. So.
Yeah, I was playing on the opposite wing, and I sprinted over to make sure I was near Mane. Got his shirt straight after. That was brilliant.
That's a good one to get.
Here's a quick question for you: Mane or Bale?
Oh, Mane. Yeah.
My guy.
Right, are you Bale?
Yeah, I'm Bale.
Are you?
Yeah, this debate's been going on for ages. He's still bringing it up.
It's a tough debate, but I think in their prime, Mane. Just a bit of everything.
Everyone's open to their opinion, I get. So you obviously ended up getting promoted. Did you get?
So I joined Orient in the January,
and
then they got promoted in. But to be fair, that was Critch was brilliant. He invited me to all the promotion party and stuff. So that was really nice of him. So that was really good. But yeah, that was my first proper loan, and I learnt so much. The first time living away from home. Yeah. I lived by myself.
It's a long way up as well.
Yeah, a long way. So much you learn in a short space of time. So that was a great experience. Yeah.
So you obviously went back in January then, and then you obviously went to Orient.
Yeah, so I signed for Orient in the January, and that was my first permanent move away from West Ham.
How was Orient for you?
Yeah,
because every time we've been there, like it's one of our favourite clubs to go to. Yeah. Just obviously Adia, the Kitman. Yeah. Like, we've met him loads of times.
He's
legend.
A legend.
35 years.
Yeah, unbelievable.
And all their staff seem to be top notch there. It seems like a proper good club from the outside looking.
It's a great club, Orient. I think it's really well run, right from the chairman. Really good. They've for a number of years had the plan in place that this is what they want. They want promotion. They've got this plan in place how they're going to get there, and recruited really well. And obviously, Wellens, brilliant manager.
Yeah, we know really well.
It seems like a great fit for them, and obviously what they've done already. Brilliant club. I love my time there.
And Martin Ling's works.
Yeah,
got to be mentioned as well because
obviously another person that's massive legend at this club from the Premier League days. So.
100%.
We're going to do something a little bit different now, and we're going to break up the conversation with some quick fire questions.
Brilliant.
All right. So first one, just any kits, home, away, or third. Which do you prefer?
Home.
Home.
Yeah.
You prefer a home kit.
Always.
Love that. This year, Swindon kits, home or away?
Home.
Home. You prefer the red over the blue?
I think I don't know. I just love playing at home. I don't mind playing away, but I just think there's something about wearing your home kit.
Yeah.
When you're playing at home, do you know what I mean? There's something.
And if you're a Swindon player and you're wearing red, it means
but
something.
the blue is lovely. It's really nice.
Molds or studs?
I prefer wearing molds, but here you can't get away with molds all season. So you will wear studs, but for me personally, molds.
Colourful boot.
Always colourful.
Dark boot, colourful boot.
You got the pink ones at the moment.
Pink ones at the moment. Yeah.
Can't get more colourful.
No,
I was going to say Nike or Adidas, but
I've always been Nike.
Always, yeah.
Yeah, from about 14, I started. I signed with Nike when I was 14, so.
That's mad that they're signing kids at 14.
And then
it's incredible.
I've been with them ever since. I wore Adidas, but it was a funny story actually. So my feet weren't big enough to wear proper boots, obviously. Right up until like a quite old age.
What size are you now?
I'm only a 7 now, but when I was younger, I used to wear like the F10s. Remember them?
Yeah.
And obviously everyone else was wearing the F50s.
Yeah.
But the F10s were like this sticky material. Yeah. So sometimes when I used to wear a fresh pair of F10s, I'd be slipping over the ball because the ball gets stuck to my boots, and I'd be slipping over in the middle of the pitch. So before I had to go out, I used to have to drench my boots in that water, so that they didn't stick to the.
Have you got any weird superstitions now, or
not really?
Anything you do like training day or match day? Anything?
I always have the same routine, like on the match day, like night before the game. Like, I think you see little things that I do around the place, like an ice bath. You know,
like an ice bath, 12-minute ice bath the day before.
Crazy.
That's mad.
Little things like that, or like.
Don't get me in there for 12 seconds.
Yeah. But nothing than that. Not really superstitious too much. Just try to keep food and stuff the same.
Have you seen any weird superstitions down the years from anyone that stand out to you?
Not really. There was a couple of lads that I play with, like they can't touch the ball in the change room, so obviously you're firing the ball at them and they're jumping out the way, legs up.
That's mad.
There was one. I had a weird one at Orient where I had to be the last out, but there was me and this other lad that wanted to be the last out. So
you're like
he'd nip to the toilet for one last to go to the toilet quick, and I'd go in there. We'd both be like waiting, like going back in. So I had to nip that in the bud because I was like, this can't happen.
Yeah,
like,
we'll just wait.
We'll never get out.
Everyone's waiting for you.
Yeah, so
we've seen some weird ones. The weirdest one we've seen, you were just saying about putting hot water on your boots. Weirdest one we've seen was Carl Bennett when he was here. He used to put hot water in his boots, but not the ones he was wearing, and then just leave them there all game. But he didn't wear the boots.
Water inside.
So they'd be sat in the corner of the kit room there.
Oh, just leave them there.
Yeah, he'd put boiling water in him. He'd bring him in. He'd put them there under the fire extinguisher, and that'd be it. He'd leave them there.
But he'd have
he'd go and play in different boots.
And then after the game, he'd come and get them, pull them back, and then hang them back up.
But like, say he came in at half time and they weren't there,
we just had to leave.
Yeah, we didn't touch them.
No one would touch them.
No.
I mean, maybe he did come and look, but if we had taken him, he might have lost his head. I don't know.
He might have done, but we just left him, and then he'd come after the game.
Yeah, I've never had anything like that. That's
weird.
That's weird.
Weird.
I bet it works for him.
Yeah. So obviously you had your time at Orient. What happened after that then?
So after, obviously going back to Lingy, by the way, legend.
Oh yeah, sorry,
Martin Ling, what a guy. He brought me to Orient, so
he was obviously
grateful.
He's obviously a Swindon Town.
Absolute lovely guy, and really grateful to him. But no, after Orient, I was there for around, I think it was about 18 months.
Yeah.
And then I got interest from MK. And my old manager, Liam Manning, brought me there.
Yeah.
So I joined there I think I might have only been there for a year, so it was the following January.
Yeah.
Signed there, and it was an interesting one. So I've been there just over a year and a half now, and just for whatever reason hasn't really worked out for myself or the club. Nothing against anyone at the club, but just maybe due to chop and changing the managers. So I've had maybe 3 managers in my time there now. It's difficult.
So were you there that second half of the season when they got to the playoffs?
Yeah, so the first year I joined was brilliant really. The 6 months we missed out on automatic promotion by 1 point.
So you were there with Tiny?
Against Plymouth when he scored those, he scored 4 goals, wasn't it?
Yeah. Unbelievable. I think after his 4th one, I jumped on his back. I was like, this guy. Like,
How good was he? How good is he?
That season, I think he probably talked about it on there.
His goal involvement.
Like, he was just in a rhythm of just scoring.
But like, we used to, I don't know if he did it at MK, but at the end of training, he'd take a bag of 10.
Yeah.
And he'd just be
bosh. A free kick's like a penalty for him.
We would just stand behind the goal.
Yeah.
And we'd get 1 in 10.
Yeah.
And the rest of them were in the top ends. And we were just like,
that's
this is unbelievable.
I think it seems like he's just got unbelievable. He's got unbelievable. That's not his only good part of his game, but that's his unbelievable talent. But it's not just down to quality. You know, he works it. You know, people don't see that necessarily how much he's out there.
Because he was here for what as a pro, 3 years, 2 years, 3 years,
something like that.
And he was working so hard every day. And he went on loan to Chippenham. And he come back, and then we were winning the league. We had an unbelievable squad. He goes on loan to Newport. You know, and tears it up there in the first half of the season. Obviously, Richie's then gone to Salford, new managers come in, and he's doing so well, and we're not.
With Flinney, actually,
Yeah, he was with Flinney, and then we pulled him back, and second half of the season, he nearly saved us. Like, because he was just playing every game, assists, goals, the lot. Even on the last day. We've beaten Wigan away. He scored 2 unbelievable goals.
Who else was at MK with you? Kessler Hayden?
Yeah, to be fair, that season that I joined was probably one of the best squads I've been involved in. Like that.
Harry
to
Darling.
Get so close. Harry Darling, David Kasumu.
They're pretty much all playing at a higher level now.
Troy Parrott, Scott Twine, obviously. So many good players. Connor Coventry.
And then just narrowly missing out.
Was gutting.
Against Wickham, wasn't it?
It kills you though, doesn't it, if you just miss out?
Yeah.
Because then all of your top players get interest in the league.
We had the same, when we obviously played Port Vale, we had exactly the same thing, same year. Obviously just in the league below.
We lose on penalties and then all your big hitters.
And we were so close and
get dragged away.
I think sometimes when you do see it, when you get that close, obviously no one expected what happens to get relegated. But when you miss out so much, you feel like that's your time, you know, and it's difficult.
It usually happens the next year that you either, not every team obviously gets relegated, but you either don't do as well as you did, or you get sucked down to the bottom.
Sometimes you see the teams that almost get relegated, and the next season they're in and around promotion. You know, that's just like,
well, last season, League 2, Stevenage. Everybody tipped them to go down.
And there's always one team, isn't there? Either that you don't expect to be down, or you don't expect to be up there.
No.
And now that's led you on to be here. So
you went on loan, didn't you?
Oh, of course you did.
To Hartlepool. And you played in a game last season.
What game?
The game where we're 1-0 up. And then you guys come back and score 2 and
last 5 minutes.
That was from nowhere, wasn't it?
Do you know though, we're sat there and when the first goal went in, I've looked at him and he's looked at me and we've gone on.
We just went, that's it then.
Here we go.
Because
we were in a rut there where
we were on a run there, to be fair. We were something like 7, 8 unbeaten. And obviously, that was...
After that game, we were like looking at it thinking they might stay up here. Because I think, I don't know if they did or not, but I'm pretty sure Crawley lost that day or something. And then it
came down to us against Crawley and we lost, but...
they come to your place, didn't they?
But that spell was unbelievable, really.
Game.
That was another up north move for you, like living up there.
That was so far from where I'm from, obviously miles away, but that experience was incredible. The fans are unbelievable there.
That game. I mean, even when
there's that section isn't there, on the far right as you come out the tunnel.
And the fans were just consistently going for it.
You're near
the bottom of the league, you're bottom of the league, you're getting beat. And it's smashing down with rain, and they were still just absolutely on it.
We played Bradford, and they packed up the whole away section, and we were still like quite far off it. Then that was unbelievable. We drew that day, but no, that was a really
passionate part of the country, football-wise, and it was like your Sunderland,
everything there.
Newcastle.
That was a big eye opener there. Like football is everything there. That loan spell actually was brilliant for me. It couldn't have come at a better time, really. I needed to go and play games, and it went brilliantly. I think I played 19 games, good amount of goals and stuff, and it was a brilliant platform for me to just go and enjoy football again and show everyone what I can do. So I was really grateful for that.
There's a lot of stuff packed into by the age of 24. You've had a lot of experiences in different leagues, and obviously at a younger age as well at top academies. So you've had it all really, haven't you?
Yeah, no, I think a bit of blend of everything. I think now is probably we're in at a stage in my career where I feel like I know exactly the player I am. I know exactly what I'm good at, and I think growing up as a professional, sometimes you're trying to work that out whilst also taking on so much information and stuff. But I think at the age I'm at now and the experience I've had from all them different experiences, I think it's stood me into great stead for now, like going forward.
Now, to be fair, like just from watching training, obviously we've watched you in the games as well so far. I've not seen too many players as sharp a finisher as you. Like even in the five-a-sides, like
maybe not today.
Not today.
We'll forget about today. We'll forget about today. But yeah, apart from today, some of the finishing's been sharp. Like even the little finishing drills, and then 5-0s, just finding little.
We've been saying it since the day you walked in, but you remind us so much of Jack Payne.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Said that
just like the movement,
like how you move,
the finishing.
Just,
he even said a bit of Twiney.
I actually did.
Just a little bit. Like,
I actually did.
Well, there was a joke at MK that we looked like each other a few times. So.
I said like the first day I went.
Little parts of the technique.
But
just your mannerisms as well, like slightly Jack Payne. Which was a good sign. He was
hey, if you could be a combination of Scott Twine and Jack Payne,
you're doing all right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's go boot room. What boots do you wear? What have you got at the moment?
So, I've always worn Mercurials.
Right.
I'm actually a big guy that they've changed them the way they make them. So like before, I don't know if you remember, they're more like leathery sort of. And there was these. My favourite ever pair of these. The Mercurials, obviously white, pink, and with a black tick. So the Mercurial bit was all pink, and then there was like a little rectangle cut out that was white.
Yeah, I know.
And with a black tick, they were unreal. I've actually still got a pair, fresh, but they're 6.5, and I have to squeeze in. So it's got to be one.
Get the boot stretcher in there.
Yeah, I have to get them in, but they're my favourite ever boots. And just always worn Mercurials really, apart from my younger days with the F10s, sticky ones.
F10s. F10s.
But I've always loved Nike boots. I've never really thought about changing. You know, like some players you hear like
some people jump all over.
Like one season Puma, one season.
Yeah, because to be fair, like Johnny Williams, that obviously was there. He had always worn Adidas. He had never worn Nike, I don't think. And then last year he bought Mercurials actually, and he started wearing them the second half of the season.
He's got those Nike Air ones, the white ones. That, Murph's got. I seen him in them on Saturday.
He just
I looked at him. I was like, what? Why are you wearing them?
What about you? What would be your favourite boot or favourite brand?
I just nick any boots. I don't pay for boots.
Honestly.
I've bought one pair of boots in 5 years.
I don't think he has bought any.
The only pair I bought was Copa Mondials.
Right.
£100 or something for Sports Direct. They lasted a couple of years. But if I was I'll just nick other people's boots.
That's a coach's boot. That's
honestly though,
I'll just take anyone's boots.
He just nicks anyone's.
What about you?
I'm a Nike Premier guy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, mine are falling apart at the moment, but I love them.
If I was a player, though, it'd be Tiempo for me, I think.
Tiempo,
Centre back, Tiempo.
Yeah.
So the Premier's a class. But the Premier's a class because they're leather.
Yeah.
They're just black with the white Nike tick. They're like Cantona. If you think of Eric Cantona, obviously
that's you, is it?
You two are a lot younger than me.
Yeah, that's you. Cantona.
Like growing up, you know. Who I'm talking to are our guests because we're doing the live experience and they're sat here ever so quietly watching our show. But Nike Premiers.
A couple of other things you don't wear them in the week, but for match days you wear grip socks, don't you?
Yeah.
Is that how come?
I don't really know. I just started wearing them in training a bit, and then I've always wore cut socks.
Yeah.
So, but I find like they have better. They're not as long as some of the socks, like the Puma ones and stuff. They're quite long, whereas these ones don't come up as far on your legs. So I like that feeling in the game. Just don't know whether it gives you a bit more grip, but I just like the feel of it. Really.
To be fair, I think this is possibly the first year where nobody's worn long socks.
Oh really?
There's nobody, is there? This year?
Yeah, like
by long and short, we mean Puma make a sock that doesn't have a foot.
So
it is just basically a cuff on the bottom of the foot, so it's almost like a sleeve for your leg. So they wear the sock and then they pull that.
But years before, I think we've had at least one. I know a couple of years ago we had about 5 or 6, but now literally no one.
No one. You all wear your own socks or Puma white socks.
Yeah.
Underneath. So Last thing before we go into the quiz is we need to talk about our sponsors. So you'll see that we put out a couple of months back that we were looking for sponsorship for the pod. Infra 3 have come in as principal sponsor. They're actually with us today watching the show. Big fans. Big fans? Big fans. They're here in kits. So we've got a Swindon shirt, but we've also got an AFC Richmond shirt from Ted Lasso.
What a show that is.
First thing I did was like, that's unbelievable. And we've seen it. Jonah, have you seen it?
I've not watched Ted Lasso, no, sorry.
He was about to lie there, wasn't he?
No, I've not watched it.
He was about to see that he's seen it.
I was going to say he had seen it, but he
I've not watched it. Steve keeps on telling me to get on it. But it's one of them.
So good, it is. But it's so good because...
But if I start watching it and I start telling you about it, you'll just be
mate.
telling me what happened.
I won't. Have I told you what happened when you said you're on season 2?
He didn't spoil it.
I just need to...
I said we'll talk when you finish.
I need to find the time and I think I might get into it.
I think you've got the time. You don't have kids or dogs or any of that stuff.
True.
So I think you've got the time. We also have a sponsor for the big quiz, which is Tithe Grove. So big shout out to them. And then we have Mad Mash Media, which is Matt, who does all of our producing and everything else. And he's the main guy that takes what we do, which is very amateur, and makes it look really, really professional. So what you're watching has been edited by Mad Mash Media and Matt Edwards. He's the
Camera.
Unbelievable. Matt. Unbelievable. So, is it time for the quiz?
Yeah.
I'm Quizmaster. Jonah against Kempy.
Good luck, mate.
I need to unlock this. Remember the
we
passcode.
weren't very successful last year.
So how does this work? Is it like buzz in or...
Yeah, buzz in. So just say your name.
Right.
I always put my hand up by accident. I don't know why.
Yeah, I say shout your name and he puts his hand up.
Yeah, so just first one to say your name gets to answer.
I've got it.
Well, we got 7 questions,
rather than a piece of paper. Cool. We've got 6 questions, but there's lots of areas that you can get.
Is this fair though? Is this set up for him to win?
It's never set up for him to win. Usually it's set up for him to lose.
Okay.
Because he stitched me up a couple of times. Right. Question number 1. We beat Plymouth 3-1 in pre-season. Who scored the goals and in what order?
Jonah.
No, you can't wait.
No, time for it.
You can't shout your name and then wait. Go on.
Kempy.
Yeah. Matt, what are we saying?
That's disqualified, surely.
It's got to be, isn't it?
Kempy rush Wakefield.
Yeah, but you've just taken 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's debatable. I'll let you have that one.
Yeah, we'll let him have that one. Okay, 1-0 to Jonah. Matt's going to keep score.
Any ums?
Yeah, any ums, any hesitation.
Yeah, but you put me off by, I said my name and you didn't let me...
What? No, you meant to think about it before you shout your name. Right. You can't just shout your name and then think about the answer. That now works. Okay, question number 2. According to transfermarket.com, how many career goals has Dan Kemp scored?
Dan.
Go on.
Or is it closest to?
No.
I've got to get
number.
it.
How many goals have you scored?
Oh, I don't know exactly. Maybe like 25?
I pass it over.
34.
He's closer. Do we give him the point for being closer?
Dan, 37.
No, you can't just keep going back and forth shouting out numbers.
Well, someone's got to get it.
You scored 43, mate.
Oh, wow. All right.
I thought you scored 25.
Yeah.
You've forgotten nearly 20 goals.
I'll get that.
That's miles off.
Yeah, that was miles off.
Miles off. So no points. So still 1-0. Question number 3.
That's bad, isn't it? That was miles
That's
off.
poor from you.
Miles off. Absolutely. I can't believe you were so far off. What's that? 17 goals, 18 goals off.
Was that training goals as well?
No, that's goals.
Oh, right. I'll take that then.
Incredible. Okay. Last Saturday's game at Colchester was the first opening day fixture in the history of the EFL to be postponed due to the weather. According to official STFC Twitter feed, at exactly what time was the game called off?
Dan.
Go on.
For 2:28.
Incorrect. I pass it over.
2:40.
Incorrect.
We'll go again.
Go on.
Dan, 2:35.
Incorrect.
2:38.
2:38.
Oh.
2-0 to Jonah.
I knew it was around 2:40 because I remember seeing the 20 minutes to go because they got
all day. So all day people have been talking about Saturday.
22 minutes.
That's mad.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
All day people have been talking about Saturday and talking about when it was called off, and I've been so careful all day not to say the exact time that was called off, and I've been saying things like, I was called off so close before, or less than half an hour. I've just not been saying the exact time because I was conscious that this would be a question. All right.
So how many questions have we got left?
It's 2-0 to Jonah, but there's loads of points in the next question.
I'll let you have it.
You'll get
quick start.
So how this works, it's called starting 11. So we're going back to the Hartlepool-Swindon game from last season.
Oh, yeah, I've got this.
And from either team, you can choose a player. So you're winning, so you'll go first.
Yeah.
You pick a player that played in the game, and then it goes across to him.
First
and he
one
picks
to knock down.
No, yeah. If you get it right, you get a point.
Right.
Okay, so Matt's going to have to get on the counting. All right.
Surely I should do better than you at this.
Well, I don't know. We were all there, so.
I'll be alright.
And he's quite good.
Because we can just go Swindon, Hartlepool, Swindon, Hartlepool.
Yeah, but then it's going to get.
I might throw a spanner in the works and
then,
just.
Yeah, and if you pick a Swindon one, then he's.
If it gets.
Or if he picks a Hartlepool one, then it becomes interesting, doesn't it? So. It's got to be starting 11 first, and then we'll go on to subs if we need it. Okay, if you get it wrong, you're done.
Right.
Kemper, you go first.
Dan Kemp.
Dan Kemp, good.
Solbren.
Solbren.
Connor Jennings.
Connor Jennings did play.
Mo Silla.
Mo Silla did play.
George McEachran.
George McEachran played.
Romeo Hutton.
Yes.
Sads.
Yes.
Joe Tomlinson.
Yes.
Ooh. Rush.
Yes.
Sads.
I've said that.
You've already said Sads.
Point.
He's out.
Yes.
So how many? What are we on now, Matt? What's the scores?
5-6.
5-6. You're only one behind now.
Oh, so we keep going with the team? Or is that it?
No. That's it. That's that round.
I was going to get so many more points off you.
That's that round done because he's out.
I can't believe I said Sads.
That was silly.
But there you go.
Why not
It's
just say
5-6.
like Charlie or?
Can we let them do a bonus point
If you want.
and just say who is left in the Swindon
All right.
team?
If you can name the rest of the Swindon team, you get a bonus point.
Can you tell me the ones we've had?
We've had Solbrin, Joe Tomlinson, Hutz, Sads, George, and Rush.
So there's how many?
So you've had 6.
Okay. Charlie Austin.
Charlie Austin.
Defenders. Marcel Lavinia.
No.
That's
So that's your bonus point. Gone, he was on the bench.
Who was the other one?
The rest of the Swindon team, Fraser Blake Tracy, Tom Brewitt, Johnny Williams, Tyree Shade.
Oh,
and
three
obviously
out of
Chas.
four. Still, I should have got that really. Johnny Williams.
That's poor
How
from
did
me.
you neither?
That is poor.
Get with
Johnny
it.
Williams.
I don't know why he said Sads. I'd have been
I
right
said Sads because he had already said Sads. You weren't paying attention, Joe.
You've let me back in.
Let him back in.
2-1.
6-5.
Oh what? Oh well,
Yeah.
yeah, because it's all of that.
Oh yeah.
All right, got you.
6-5. You just said it was 6-5.
Yeah, I got. Yeah, so the same.
Yeah,
difference,
still the
I
same
got
difference. Okay. Current Swindon player. Name the player. Jonah loves these ones. I'll say his clubs. When you think you know it, shout your name. Say
Yes,
the player.
I like this one.
If you get it wrong, it goes across to the other person to get it. AFC filed. Morecambe.
Dan. Tom Brewitt.
Oh, I knew
Oh my
that.
God.
Get it.
He's got it.
As soon as he says Morecambe, I knew it. I'm just
Tom
like,
Brewitt.
Great
The other
knowledge.
teams: Tacoma Defiance, Hartford Athletic, Swindon Town.
Good job. I knew he played for Morecambe.
How
I
did you know that?
I don't know. I think.
where was Middlesbrough in that then?
Well, that was his youth career, mate. We're talking about his professional career.
All right.
That's good knowledge for
Fair,
me. innit?
yeah.
It was very good from you. So what is it? 6-6. Going into the final question.
Wow.
Oh, this is brilliant
Yeah,
because
this is-
now it'll be whoever
It's
gets
worked
one
perfectly
wrong.
for you, isn't it now? Because
Right.
you got the 6-6. You got the. It's on the last one.
Well, that's-
It's not fixed. Like, do you know what I mean?
is that one? Yeah, that's good, isn't it? Doesn't that, make, that means there's something on the last question.
Cheers.
We're going to play a
Cheers,
game
Jonah.
of.
No, but it'd be buzzing because like, that was a good quiz because they got it down to the last question. And
Well, what's wrong with that?
No, I don't mind
Or is it
it.
not allowed
I
to be a
don't
good quiz, Joe? What's up?
fair play.
We're going to play a game of higher or lower.
Right.
So, appearances.
Yeah.
All right? I'll give you the first one. Who's going to go first? Because no one's winning now. Oh, rock, paper, scissors. Good idea, Matt.
Right.
On shoot, yeah? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper... Why are you waiting?
Oh, God, here we
He's
go.
cheating.
Oh, standard Jonah. Cheating on a quiz.
Paper, scissors, shoot.
Why's your thumb?
What is
Thumbs up.
I don't know.
We're going again.
What is that? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Yes. I'll go first.
You go first. Okay, I'll give you the first one.
I don't know what.
What is that? What is that? Honestly,
I don't know what I was doing.
It
Cheers,
thumbs
lads.
up. Yeah.
I tell you, who
Oh
was it
my
that used
God.
to? Oh, Lee Camp.
Yeah.
Used to take the mick out of you for your thumbs up.
Because anyone every time said anything like that.
Thumbs up. Right, I'll give you the first one, and then I'll give you the name of the next player, and you have to guess whether he's made more appearances or less.
Okay.
Okay.
For
Swindon.
right for Swindon.
If you get it right, you get to keep going. If you get it wrong, it goes across.
And then it's how many we get right. Whoever wins.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Could be in trouble.
Until I get to the end of my list.
Yeah.
And we'll see who's got the most points. Because I'm going to run out quickly.
Right.
The first one's Charlie Austin, 85 appearances for Swindon. All right. So the next player, Fraser Blake Tracy, more or less.
More.
More than Chaz.
I don't know how long he's been here. Less.
Oh, brilliant. What are we saying? What are we taking there?
Less. I didn't lock it in. No.
He didn't lock in his final answer.
Next one.
Got to say final answer. Yeah. So
Less.
34.
So I was right.
Romeo Hutton, more or less.
Then 34.
Yeah.
More.
More. 47.
He played pretty much every game, didn't he, last season?
Okay. Here's one. Tom Clayton, more or less.
Less.
Less, 34. He's running away with it, Jonah. Jacob Wakelin.
What am I allowed to be? Am I?
No.
Oh,
No, until he
My
gets one
turn,
wrong.
mate, all right?
And then it goes across.
I was going to say.
Jacob Wakelin, more or less.
Less.
Incorrect. So it goes across to Jonah. How many do you think?
How long has Wakey been here then?
Just one season.
Oh.
But
How
he's
many-
played more than 34. All right. So you get that point because he got it wrong. So what are we on, Matt?
Well, you got 3 right there.
Right. Okay. So what's he on?
On top of what you
Yeah.
just
So
said.
that's 9-6. Yeah.
Right.
You
Right.
won't get 4 right to win.
Yeah. So you get the point
I'm confident.
for him getting it wrong for it
Yeah.
going across to you. All right. So we're now on 9-7. All right. Tyree Shade, has he played more or less than Jacob Wakelin? Jacob Wakelin has played 46.
Less.
Less 44. Close. Sads.
Less.
Less 37. What are we on now? That's
Well, we've
9
been sent off about 5 times.
That's 9-0. This is the last one. So if you get this right, you win. If you get it wrong,
Oh no.
it goes back to
You won't get this wrong.
Rush. More or less than Sads.
Less.
Less 24. Jonah wins. 10-9.
Okay, mate.
Can't
It's
believe
important, isn't it? Momentum, first game of the season.
it. Exactly that. Exactly that.
No, that was that was good knowledge.
Deserved it.
You should know your players.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, I mean, we've been here, you
Yeah.
haven't. I mean,
I thought I did it right there.
you did do all right.
Apart
I'm
from the
thinking
first one.
Fraser had played
Yeah, a bit controversial, but
more than Chaz, who's been here twice.
yeah, that was a bit stupid actually.
Yeah, because obviously
I'm
played
definitely going to
initially.
get better for that one, aren't I?
Probably, yeah,
Yeah.
for saying that Fraser played more than
Oh,
Chaz,
well.
yeah. And Fraser was only here for part of last season. rather
Yeah, I
than the
didn't know
whole thing.
how long he'd been here.
Fair play to you. It's been a pleasure.
No, thank you. I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate.
Cheers for
Had a
coming
good
on,
time.
Kempy.
No, thank you. No, I
Jonah,
loved
enjoyed it?
Yep. Good to be back.
Enjoyed it, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, decent. I like that. If you're interested in a live experience and coming on and sitting on the iconic green sofa that's no longer here but is over there, which I want here but he wants there, so
Jonah's way or nowhere.
Jonah's Way or the highway. If you are interested in coming in, get in touch with the club. We've got some big guests coming up that you might want to be in here for. We've got George McEachran coming up, which will be another class one.
Yeah.
Because he's done so much in his career. Who else we got? We got Rashawn Hepburn Murphy coming up. We've got Murphy Mahoney coming up. And a couple of others that we're working on that should be eventually. There's one that we've spoken to this week that when that happens, because it will happen, it will be incredible. So get in touch with the club. I can't say who that is yet.
And if you're listening or watching on Friday, get your tickets for tomorrow's game if you haven't already. Yes. First home game, Crew. Let's hope it's a big crowd and get off in the league to a good start.
Big 3 points.
Hopefully we would have done all right at Peterborough this week. Before?
Yeah, because we're filming before Peterborough.
Yeah.
So,
we haven't mentioned it because obviously we're filming before it.
Looking forward to that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Be good.
Should be good.
First game of the season.
Yep.
Mad, isn't it?
It's like the COVID year when we had Charlton in the
League Cup the week before.
League Cup first game.
Madness. But yeah, get your tickets, come and support the lads. I know they want you here. And hopefully you guys want to come and see them. It's been fun.
Yeah.
Cheers for coming on, Kempy.
No, thank you. Thanks for having me.
We'll see you next time on Life for Kitman for more fun.
Cheers guys.